Hi, I'm Euge Valovirta, and this one is about the Mesa Boogie Mark 5. Oh yes, indeed. Boogie Mark 5. I did a video about the 20-watt version and I was really surprised. Amazing amp. So, I had to get this one. Thanks to MusiX for taking care of it. Absolutely amazing amp. Like, oh man, I've had this now for 5-6 days. I've written about 5 or 6 songs. The one you heard was one of them. It's not really a song, there's no vocals, but this what I have on my videos, and actually some of the songs probably will be on some albums. So really inspiring amplifier. Absolutely fantastic. I think I said it already. Okay, first the signal chain and what I used on the song. One of my signature ESPs, with this one with EMG 57 and 66. Then the signal goes to my pedal board, and on the song, only thing I used was a wah-wah on the solo. No Boss SD1. It was just the amp. Like, yeah. The left guitar and the lead guitar I recorded while I filmed myself, and on that I used the channel 3 Mark II C Plus mode, what I have, just what I noodled just a little bit. The left rhythm guitar I used the same channel but the Mark IV mode, with no overdrives. And what I have now, I have a Bass DD7 in the loop, but on the song I added the delay to the solo when I mixed the track. And then the signal goes to KHE Audio amp switcher. Let me actually put a couple amplifiers on. Yeah, the bad boy Plexi. Just gonna compare so that you get an idea. From KHE to Sandrox React IR, reactive load / cabinet attenuator. And the IR I'm using is Valovirta, my signature IR from Jens Bogren's Lead and Cleanback, but that works on everything. Then the signal goes to Steinberg UR816C audio interface, and I'm recording this to Cubase. Like that. While we're on the channel 3, let's go through that. So this looks like a bit complicated, but it's actually really simple. There's 3 channels, they all have pretty much the same controls. Gain, master, presence, treble, mid and bass. And you can choose 90 watt, 45 watt or 10 watt. The power section it's patented, it's a simulclass, Boogie's own. So on the 90 watt mode, it uses 2 tubes so they are like class A, and 2 tubes are class AB. Vox AC30 is class A amp, really fast power attack, kinda in your face, and class AB amps, you know, Marshall's general big 100 watt amps, more like a bigger 3D sound, a little bit slower to react. To me, it kind of feels like Class A amps are kind of like active pickup, so it's always really accurate and on. And Class AB is kind of like passive pickup, so they lit up when you strum. So, and this uses both. And then on the 45 watt mode, you can choose whether you use a diode rectifier or tube rectifier, which changes the feel quite a lot. Diode rectifier is a lot more aggressive and punchier and faster. Well, the 90 watt is only the diode. And then on the 10 watt, I think that's only a tube rectifier. So 10 watt only tube, 45 you can switch, and 90 is diode. That's pretty much all the channels. To me, this is like basically, well, 3 channels, but each have 3 modes, and they're like completely different amps. Like the circuit is actually completely different amps. And I've said many times, and I've played many times with these multi-channel amps that does it all, or they're supposed to do it all. But always, in my opinion, in my experience, they have pretty much all the sounds in the world, all the tones, except the most important one, the good one, that I feel really connected. This is the first amp. I feel multi-channel, this Space Station, easy to use. I feel it. It has the tone. All modes, it feels like I'm playing with a simple 1-channel amp, like 800 or Plexi, you can see it there. The feel it's so pure. The feel is the most important thing to me. I sound pretty much like myself, you know, whatever I play. Of course, amplifiers, different tonalities, but you know, so But this one, I really feel the amp. Like it's vintage old school point to point. Like it does everything that I hear in my head and way I play. Absolutely amazing. And this EQ section, this is Randall Smith, you're genius. With this setup, these treble, middle and bass and control, they're kind of like in the preamp tubes. So they're a bit like on a Plexi or 800. The more bass you dial, especially on Plexi, it adds more bass, it adds more volume, but it adds also overdrive, distortion, gain to the bass frequencies. Like usually amps does. That's why I've always pretty much used Bus SD1. So to have bass, full sound, and then cut it with SD. But with this one, so I have the bass now on 10 o'clock. So I dial the bass with this one, so it's just like tight. And then this EQ, this is the last thing. This is kind of like, it's in the preamp section, but it's like the last thing. So it doesn't, if you boost lows, it doesn't add gain to those frequencies. It's not flubby. So what I done, so I boosted 80 Hertz quite a lot and 6.6K. And then 240 Hertz and 2.2K quite a lot. And then 7050 I've cut it out quite a lot. Because this amp, this has lots of mids. I mean, like really a lot. So in my experience now, my experience with Boogies is a bit limited, only to rectifiers, which I don't like at all. I was really surprised how much mids this have. Because now when the EQ is like this V, it's pretty much the same than 800. I have the mids now on 6. So scooped Mesa sound, at least the way I see it and hear it, isn't actually that scooped when you do this. It's just fantastic. So it sounds like, if I take the EQ on, listen. This is what I'm talking about. So a lot of mids. Bass, just that. It's there, it's tight. This sounds right now a bit similar when you put a SD1 into clean amp. Just mids. Then when I add the EQ, that's the thing. Fantastic. This has presets, which is like V, but I guess it's a different V since I don't like the preset V. I think there's basically all the mids being cut out and stuff, so I have it just on that line there. Great. So the thing is, with this amp, probably many other Boogies, when gain goes up, bass goes down. that's the thing. And yeah, awesome. Then the Mark IV on the 25 watt amp, I didn't really like it. It was too modern. I don't know, but this one, it's great. Check it out. I need to tweak the EQ a little bit because this is actually, it changes the kind of the amp. So it's actually 2C Plus and Mark IV. You hear that because it changes the circuitry. So what I did, I don't have any gates or anything. I dropped the gain because Mark IV has lots more gain. Again, the sweet spot kinda there. And then I added mids and cut the bass even more, because Mark IV, this has lots of low mids and it can get a bit boomy really easy, and it's a bit more scooped because the 2C Plus, that's very mid-focused amplifier. I mean, and this way it's like having super overdrive in front. With any other amp I've tried, but no need. And then the extreme, that's a bit too much for me. That's just like full on everything. Well, it's not actually that bad. I mean, it's really good actually. But the 2C Plus, I mean, that's like really mean. It's really kind of unforgiving, but it reacts so fast to picking. Mark IV is a little bit easier to play. It's a bit more fluid and forgiving. I like these both a lot. And then the bright switch I had on, it was a little bit dark without, but probably with single coil stretch or something, it could work on the normal setting as well. Okay, so that's that, and this is loud. I have it now on 11 o'clock, the master, and this one is also, so it's as loud as 800 cranked. Alright, then let's move to channel 2, which has Edge, Crunch and Mark I. To me, the Edge is Plexi. It's there, it's 1987X. The Crunch is 800. And then it has Mark I, which is Boogie's Mark I. First, the Crunch sound. No SD, nothing. Okay, the 800 was a little bit louder. Let's do it like this. So 800. Obviously they sound a bit different. This has 6550 power tubes, this has 606 power tubes. But to me, it feels like 800, just a little bit different. And what's really cool with this EQ, because check out what the bad boy, it has that with SD. Oops, it's a little bit, I have to stay away from that because it's bad boy. That's like, it's really hot. I don't know what's going on with that amp. But anyway, that's that with SD. That's the crunch. The feel is so similar, and it's more controllable. I mean, this one, it doesn't really matter where the knobs are. It sounds like full blast. So amazing, like 800 there. I'm pretty sure Randall Smith, you know, Mr. Boogie, I'm pretty sure when he designed this crunch channel, I think this is the first time appeared on Mesas on the Mark V. I think that he was, you know, that 800. Definitely, to me, it's 800. Cool. Then the Edge. Let's take the SD off, and this is again completely different amp, different circuitry. Check it out. So it changes something in there. Okay, then Plexi. Okay, there's a lot more mids. Let's actually check the EQ off. Yeah, now it's okay. It's a bit quieter. Let's put this to 45 setting. It's a Plexi. Yeah, only Plexi can do Plexi, but this is the first time that actually does what a Plexi does, that and the feel. Amazing. Wow. Then the Mark 1, that's really bassy, lots of bass, lots of gain. So check it out. Oops, it was Plexi. I got mixed up because it's, yeah, so. It's amazing. This is like really, let's put a thick. This is like, well, it's Mark 1. Like lots of gain, but still like very organic. And I mean, I have the bass now cut off, but it's. Yeah, I mean, you know, Carlos Santana used Mark 1 many years, but obviously, because these are like really different amps, different circuitry, I would need to tweak this completely differently. But the Crunch, the 800 was my favorite. Let's see what I have. And then SD. Yeah. Oh man. Okay, then the channel 1. This has also 3 modes, clean, fat and tweed. The clean and fat they are the closest ones with each other of these modes. So basically they're both very clean, but you can kind of distort them. Let me actually take another guitar for this clean stuff. I'm gonna take the Tokai Les Paul. This is in standard tuning. This is like, it feels, I mean, I'm not a pianist, but the vibe, the feel, the image I get is like, dong, when the hammer, piano's, you know, keys hammer hits the strings, like this, dong, and it just rings, but it's not compressed. It's absolutely fantastic, this clean channel. Check it out when I put chorus. I gotta play this. When I do this, play this, some reason I have an image of piano. Amazing. And then the clean, that's like spanky, you know, like. We have a reverb. It's fantastic tube-driven reverb. Head off. Great, and great for kind of country style. And the tweed, that's like, well, Fender tweed. But also JDM 45. Because again, you can, when I put this to 45, and now I've dialed this channel, so there's switches in the back where you can choose what rectifier you use. I mean, only with 45 what you can choose. 90 is always diode, 10 is always tube. So now it's 45, but I had it dialed, so it's a tube rectifier. And it's there's not much gain, but it's like old JDM 45 or tweed. It just sustains and sags and like, man. Yeah, as you can see, I'm excited, but I've never experienced this except with the Plexi, with the JDM 45, with 800. But to be able to have all these, I say feelings, playing to me is feelings, and this amp I really feel. It's a work of art. I mean, honestly, it's handmade, everything, and the attention to detail is flawless. There's the fan, I don't know if you can hear that, but I had it on since I'm running this pretty hot, just to extend the tube life. I don't know what else can I say, except I love this amp. And maybe you've already guessed what I'm gonna do with this. Mr. Boogie, Mr. Mark, welcome home. Please meet the other funky bunch. Mr. Plexi, Mr. Wide, the bad boy, the little brother, the block, the GSL. Everybody else, Boogie, Mark V. I don't know how good of a review this was since I'm so blown away, but the manual is on Mesa Boogie's site in the internet. You can read the details, whatnot. Thanks for watching. I hope you find this informative and interesting. Thanks again to MusiX hooking me up with this. More info in the description. Boogie's website, MusiX website. They have art Boogies for sale. Amazing store and so on. I'm gonna keep playing, keep writing more songs, enjoying music. All the best. See you soon. Bye.